Welcome back. Brian Glenn filling in for Steve Gruber. Okay, so after the election, coming back to D.C. felt a little different. Seemed like a little bit more pep in people's step. People were happy. But now on January 2nd, there is a big anxiety here on Capitol Hill as tomorrow Congress will meet and they will pick a speaker and the new members will get sworn in as well. But will that happen? Will we have any hiccups and all that? Joining us now to talk about that and a whole lot more is Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene that joins us from the Hill in D.C. Okay, so much to unpack, but first, walk our viewers through today's January 2nd, tomorrow's the 3rd. What happens?
January 3rd, the 119th Congress will convene at noon. And so what's happening right now is all of my colleagues and my new colleagues, our new elected members of Congress, are all traveling into Washington. If they aren't here already, they'll be here tonight to be ready for the big day tomorrow. We will convene at noon, and the first order of business will be to elect the Speaker of the House. And I know everyone has been anticipating and wondering if there's going to be fireworks like there was the last time. I'm starting to feel more secure that we'll be able to elect our Speaker tomorrow and go ahead and swear in as members of Congress right after that order of business is done and move forward voting on the House Rules package.
Okay, and I said this to you before, and I want our viewers to understand this. If President Trump came out and said, here's my cabinet members, I need you to support them, and let's get them in position, and if he said that about Speaker Johnson, then who is it for anyone to think that their idea for a speaker is different than what the president wants? So that's my public stance on it. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but at the same time, if that's what President Trump wants, then I think that's what President Trump should get.
Yes, I largely agree with you on that point, Brian. I will say there is one difference. The House of Representatives, we are not part of President Trump's or the administration at all. We're not a cabinet of the executive branch. So the Congress is completely separate. However, the Speaker of House is very important. Is a very important person and plays a very big role in actually accomplishing President Trump's agenda. And America spoke out big during this election. They handed over 312 electoral college votes for President Trump, the largest margin of victory for any Republican presidential candidate. And they handed us a mandate, and we have the responsibility to deliver that mandate. And it's the people's mandate. It's President Trump's agenda. And that's what they're asking us to do. Everyone knows that I went against Speaker Johnson this past year after he passed some very controversial things on the House floor using Democrats to get those votes across. But since then, I've mended my relationship with Speaker Johnson, and I look forward to moving forward and bringing home that mandate for the American people and passing President Trump's agenda as quickly and as effectively as possible. And I'm also looking forward to starting to chair my subcommittee on DOJ. That's going to be an incredible piece of President Trump's administration, and that is going through and finding all of the things that the American people should never have to pay for and putting in the cuts and spending in the budget to accomplish the DOJ agenda.
Okay, so once we get a speaker, then we will certify the election on January 6th. Obviously, we shouldn't have any issues with that, even though some Democrats have said they plan to do whatever they can to block that. I think Mother Nature, Marjorie, could block a little bit of it because we've got a big snowstorm coming in Sunday into Monday overnight with maybe 4+ inches of snow. So if members aren't already in D.C. on Sunday to meet for Monday, well, we may not be able to have enough people there to do it. But am I going too far outside the box on this?
No, you're not, actually. Earlier today, I was in the Speaker's office, and we were actually holding meetings preparing for tomorrow and next week. And that was one of the things we talked about, is Friday we're going to elect the Speaker. We're going to pass the rules package. We'll swear in as members of Congress, but then we have to worry about anyone leaving the city this weekend. We also have an important day of meetings on Saturday where we'll be hammering out agenda items that we need to get passed before President Trump is inaugurated. However, if anybody goes home on Sunday, they're at real risk of being able to get back in the city due to the potential amount of snow that's coming in on Sunday night. January 6th looks like to be heavy snow showers here in Washington. Let's just hope everybody gets back in town because we have an election to certify, the most historic election in our lifetimes, and I can't wait to make that happen.
I agree with you. Okay, then, of course, we can fast forward to January 20th, inauguration. We just had Tara Dahl on earlier in the show. We talked about the security around that event. And as you and I have both seen the last day or so, these fences, I call them the J6 style fence, is now up around the Capitol House buildings. And I would imagine it's going to continue to go around the Capitol as well as we move forward. But January 20th, what a beautiful day it's going to be in this country. Real quickly, point of order in Congress, what's the first thing you guys are going to try to tackle and solve?
Well, we'll actually be passing some bills in between now and January 20th. We're going to be going heavy into border security, America First energy bills, and we will be looking at how to set up everything in place for President Trump to move in quickly. Here's some things we should be concerned about, though. We know that this terrorist attack yesterday, both of those attacks, mean that there could be more sleeper cells, and we hope and pray we don't see anything else happen in America. But also today, President Biden started talking about potentially launching an attack on Iran if Iran moves towards having any type of nuclear program. But, Brian, I have to tell you, it's absurd for President Biden to make those kind of threats right now because 2 days after the election, it was the Biden administration that actually authorized the release of $10 billion to go to Iran through Iraq. So here's the same president that actually funded Iran, but yet he's going to threaten a nuclear attack or some sort of military attack on Iran if Iran moves towards a nuclear program. And this is the kind of garbage that the American people are sick of. We want to get to January 20th. We want to inaugurate our president, and we're ready to take this city over, take our country back, and accomplish the Make America Great Again agenda that we have all wanted so badly for these past 4 years.
There you have it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm sure I will see you a little bit later.
Okay, I'll see you later.